Yes. You have those pieces. So you have front, side, and the back you have left and right. And you have top sleeve, under sleeve, and then front facing, a lapel. And you have under collar, top collar, and back neck facing. Okay. So then I sent email, not email. Let's see. I did FD321. That's exactly. So these are the, you received this one, right? Okay. So did you understand this one? The color adjustment? Did you learn pattern making? I guess you did, right? So when you made a jacket, top color and the under color, what they're saying? So what kind of change did you make? Oh, you made a under color smaller? I'm just asking what you learned. So you made under color smaller. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, Spencer. Huh?
You would add it on the top color. You just make another top color. Like from the bottom color pattern, you just
okay.
From 0.
So you didn't change under color.
No, you would.
You would. So you made change both colors. Top color.
I just remember, I was just thinking when I did it, my teacher told me to do it because I did. Never mind.
No, I do mind. Go ahead, continue.
No, because before I remember I would change both patterns, but she said to just either just change the bottom one or the top one. It depends on like.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Either bottom or top color.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Any other method you learn? That's it? All right. So, so today I didn't dress a jacket here today. So let me show you the jacket. Jacket. So it's I like you to understand that when you learn pattern making, when you do make certain changes, right? You don't you understand why you do the way you were taught to do, right? So oh, I don't like her, but let me okay. No. Oh, that's better. Okay. So I don't know why there is a seam here. Okay. So if I zoom in a little bit, mouse is so hard to use. Go on. Okay. So let me start with the lapel here. Okay, lapel. Okay. So if you have a jacket, okay. So this is the lapel, and then underneath jacket, the jacket continue and then turn, and you have lapel here. So obviously, when you turn, you need a little bit of extra room to turn, right? The facing. When the facing has to turn, you need an extra here. otherwise, if you don't do any changes, and when you sew the lapel together with the jacket, the color doesn't really turn nicely, right? You don't have the experience, okay? So that's why you need to accommodate a little bit of ease so that it turns nice, a little bit extra to turn, okay? So along the facing, you slash and spread, and then depends on the thickness of the fabric, right? If it's a lightweight, maybe you do 1/16. If it's like a heavy, like tweed type fabric, like a winter coat, maybe you want to add 1/8. So this is very, I have to, emphasize this. It's really, you will think, oh, there's a little minor pattern, and you don't really need to do this, but it's really important because I used to do more outerwear, okay? So, often when you ask to make patterns, I have sketches, okay? So I drape and then make patterns, but I don't know the fabrics. Sometimes designers don't decide, until last minute, right? Or the, swatch is coming late or whatever the reason. So by the time I'm making patterns, I don't know what fabrics I'm going to use. So I've just taken, they make just regular, lightweight wool or something. And then then I sent out the pattern, and the designer cut in a very bulky, like a Melton, Melton? It's like a winter coat, very bulky, like a felt kind of fabric. Okay. So you can imagine what's going to happen, right? It's a completely different look. So what I draped and it came out with the fabric is really, really completely different. Okay. So it is important. You do have to know the pattern needs adjusted according to the fabric. Okay. So the fabric choice really affects how to modify the pattern. So the facing, you need that. And then also here, the edge, you don't want to show the seam, right? You want to hide a little bit, right? So that you have clean lapel. So that means you need two operations. One is slash and spread, add a little extra. And then the edges, you need to add extra so they can roll in a little bit. Okay? So that's what this, so start with this one. That's what this means. So you will first slash and spread, okay, and then you add extra to the edges up to break point. Okay, you know the terminology, right? This is called break point, where the maybe I will go back here. Okay. Okay. So this is the break point. Okay. Where the roll line starts, where the over, usually there's a button to close. There's break point, roll line, and what do you call this line? The seam attached to collar attached to the lapel. This seam. Anybody? No. Okay, knot is here. This is a knot. Little cut out. That's knot. I'm talking about this particular seam that goes into neckline. Okay, it's called gauge line. G-O-R-G-E. You know the river gauge? Okay, it's gauge line. It is a very particular term that we use, often menswear, because they make a lot of
we've never heard that name.
Huh?
We've never heard that name.
Well, now you know.
Yeah.
Okay, gauge line. Okay, this is very. Why gauge line is important is that, if you look at the jackets from the past, right? Let's say from 60s or 80s, you can tell where the gauge line, oh, this is from the 80s. Okay, because 80s gauge line is very low in the wider lapel. And then when it gets to early 2000, 2010, it's really high. You know the Christian Dior? I think it was Christian Dior. Okay. So the men's, Christian Dior is now known for menswear, right? So when they did menswear, the very narrow lapel and the gauge line is almost here. It went so high that it really looks a little ridiculous. Okay? But then it gets popular, and Zara immediately copied it, and then gets, for a while it was very popular. And now gauge line this way. If you see the little still high, you know, it didn't go down yet. Okay. So that's why this name gauge line is really sensitive to fashion trend. Okay. So now you know it's gauge line. Remember that. Okay. So gauge line. So from the where notch point is, you need to add extra to cover the seam. Okay. So that,
Would you say that the gauge line, like at the collarbone, is like, I guess, expanded? Or like, would you say that like it ending here is like classic, or like standard?
yes, this is very standard. So because you see from the neckline, you want to naturally extend. So that's a very natural gauge line. Okay. Because if you want to go down, you have to go down the neckline really lower and then start making this gauge line. Okay. That's why I think it was Christian, I need to find out. So if you want to set a little bit high, you see the front neckline really like a little tiny bit, and then start making this gauge line. So it looks really strange. And it's a little bit harder to sew too. Okay. All right, so that's the gauge line. So that's that. So two pattern manipulation. Add to this here row line, and then add extra to the edges. Okay. So how you do that? Let me do the demo here. Okay. All right. So this is the facing. All right. So I like you to watch my demo first. Okay. So this is, I'm going to first, this is the row line, right? I will hide the seam allowance so that it's a little bit easier to see. Okay. Now I'm going to, this one is really annoying. This thing, please go back. If you know any other program that better than screen power, let me know, because I would like to really change. There should be a better one. All right, so I'll do modify, okay, rotate, okay. So rotate, maybe I haven't shown you this. There is the option, perform alignment, okay. So when you select this option, you only be able to select alignment x-axis or y-axis, okay. So I want to align this row line with x-axis, okay. Perform alignment, x-axis. So then select the piece. I will click the piece and right click OK. And then select the line. Then it will make that line align with x-axis. Okay. So I will set up like that. Okay. And get out from the command. Then next, there's two ways. I will show you two ways. Okay. One is, you remember the skirt slash and spread, right? So I will use advanced, fullness, parallel, or taper, okay? Fullness, parallel, okay? Then I will select the breakpoint, okay? And then draw the line following the row line, okay? And right click OK. Location to remain stationary is this line. And I don't have any internal lines, so right click OK. Now I can spread, okay? So I bunny click, change to value mode. And let's say I wanted to spread 1/8.
I've been waiting to see you.
Okay? So that's one way to do. Now the other way, okay? Let me show you other way. Okay, which probably be easier. Okay, so do modify, rotate, do the same thing. Okay, so let me create, define, so you can see the difference. All right, so now instead of using slash and spread, okay, I'm going to use modify point. Okay, modify point. And then I use the marquee carefully, select only the lapel area. You see, like that. And then right click OK. And then the x-axis 0, y-axis -1/8. Okay, so let's see, view, define, Do you see that? I moved actually 1/8. Okay, so if I put this together on top of there, okay, it's almost identical.
But it's not.
Well, it's not. It's just here because you see this one slash and spread. You need to fix this a little bit, that where the gap is. Okay, so but basically it does the same thing. Okay, yes.
How do you check again after you do the second way you did it? How did you check to like make sure it did something?
You mean the define?
Okay,
Okay. All right. So suppose you've done this one, okay? Then what you need to do is you will fix the gap here, right? Okay. So how do you fix? You will probably move point, right? And then just finagle a little bit, like that. And then here also, you're going to move this point. Probably like that. Okay. So that's the adding a 1/8. Okay. So don't yellow the color, the strip. You don't need to worry about that. Okay. Because that just show that you use the tool, the slash and spread. Okay. So after this is the first operation, slash and spread at the row line. Now next one, how can you add? So let's do 1/8. You want to add 0 from here, but 1/8 here, 1/8 here, and then bring it to 0. Which tool do you use? 0 here, just go out 1/8 all the way here, and this also 0 here, go out 1/8. You know that. Modify, create, offset, uneven. Okay, so I'm going to use replace this time. Okay, so let me create, define. So I will do create, offset, uneven. Okay, so here at the breakpoint 0. Okay, and then about maybe second point, you will offset 1/8. You see, and okay, and here you will where the facing row line is. Okay, you keep it 0. Okay, and then where about notch point is, you offset 1/8. Okay, so if you see what change you made, you can see that. You see how you go out 1/8, and here also 0, and then go out 1/8 to that. You want me to do it again? Yes. Okay. Control Z, Z. Oh, Control yes. Okay. Maybe I do that here, so probably it would be easier. Okay. So how to offset? Okay. Create. The guy's been talking like almost an hour.
Yeah.
Is he in the class or what?
No. He's in the knitwear class.
Oh, lab. Could you tell him to stop? Just kidding. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
his friend. I don't want to tell him. Yeah.
You should definitely tell me your friend. You should definitely tell me.
All right. Sorry about that. Okay. Create, define. Let me do this. Okay. So I will use create, offset, uneven, right? And then hold down your left button of your mouse, slide all the way to the breakpoint. Now that will be 0, right? And then okay. And then I will this point or this point. Let's do this point. How it's first point. Offset 1/8. Oh, that works. Okay. And then the rest all the way 1/8 to the lapel point. Okay. Now for the gauge line, okay. So you will select the point closer to the row line, so I don't think there's a point there. So let me add point. I guess you have to add a point first where the face row line is. Then go back to create offset uneven. So where the row line is, keep it 0. Okay. And then where the notch point is, you add 1/8. Okay, like that. So if I see the change, you don't really see that. Let me change that. Color, where's the highlight? We want to do black, no red. Apply. Yeah, you see that. So that's the change.
If
Hmm?
I save the file and reopen it, will I able to see the change?
Yes, you can still see the change. Yes, if you defined, if you use the define, you can. Yes, you can use that. You can see that. Okay. All right. That's facing questions. All right. So this one is relatively, I don't think that's challenging. So next one is this one was challenging, right? Not really. All right. Well, then let me do that demo here. Oh, those who have, what was your approach to do this? Okay. So may I explain again here? Okay. Okay. All right. So the top color, right? Okay. So this same way, you need to turn, right? The top color need extra room to turn. Same as here, row line. Okay, so row line continues. So you will slash and spread along the row line like 1/16 or 1/8. Yes. Operation number 1. Okay. So operation number 2 is that when the color turns, you see from center back turn, so you have this curve here. I hope you're making sense here. Right. No, come on. Okay. All right. All right. You see here, the color actually makes 45-degree turn, right? You see this turn, okay? That means top color is longer than the under color, right? Two pieces going this direction. Obviously, this should be longer than this one, okay? That means you need to add a little bit longer to the top color. So you slash the line in the open, okay? But at the same time, when you go beyond, when you pass the row line, when you turn to inside, okay, then top color should be shorter. Are you following? Yeah, okay. Because this top color, okay, should be longer than the under color, okay. But when you pass the row line going east, the other side, okay, top color becomes inside line, so it should be shorter, right? Who wear a jacket today? Oh, come here. Jared is wearing a jacket, so I will explain. Come here closer. Do like a hair. So you see this, you understood this one, right? This should be longer than under color, right? Now this here, when this top color goes into inside, okay, you see this becomes shorter line. This line, because this is the top color. Top color is now inner curve. right, than undercolor. So this should be a little bit shorter. Otherwise, you get a little bit of bubble if you don't do anything. Okay? Thank you, Derek. So that means, this is what exactly means. Okay? So, this is the roll line. Okay? You cut, if this is the paper pattern, you cut from both directions. Okay? And then you open, and then other reaction, it will overlap a little bit here. Because this is the pivot point. You got that? Yeah.
Is this like standard?
Yes, it is standard.
How come we don't teach it?
Well, because I think like easy version for students, you know, because I guess some professors don't want to overwhelm you.
So, because we've never done a tailoring jacket on pattern making. We only did it on draping. When we do it on draping, doesn't this slash happens automatically?
Well, you understand the draping is that the method to create patterns.
Yeah.
You know, drape itself is not artwork, right? It's I mean, it looks nice, but it could be artwork. But draping is to make patterns.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't misunderstand. Draping is to make patterns.
But
Okay.
like when we are draping the color, we give the slash to it. If
Yeah,
we
but
slash
no,
it a lot,
so
doesn't like
when you drape the jacket, okay, you drape undercolor basically.
yeah.
Okay, the undercolor, then you will trace that. After that, you do pattern manipulation.
Yeah.
Trace and then do this manipulation.
We
Okay.
don't-
Well, now I'm telling you, I'm sharing with you. That's why. Okay. So these little manipulation actually makes really garment looks really nice because there's no tension, no struggle. Everything like sits nicely. Okay. So that's why I wish we had more time to teach you things. But since I'm taking this little opportunity here to sharing that because you have to do this even in the computer. Okay, it's the same pattern making. Computer pattern making is same as paper pattern making. Okay, results should be the same. So that's operation number 2. And then last one is here, right? I add same thing. You add extra to hide the seam. So you get that 1, 2, 3 operations. Okay. All right. So let's do the first one. Slash and spread. Okay. No. Okay.
Do you only do this to tailor jackets, or do you also do it to like the standard woven collars?
Like a jean jacket, no. Because you see, you know, I don't want to stray too much, but when you have a top stitch like that, you don't add extra to the edges. You want to be the seam exactly at the edge. You don't roll in. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why. So when you have top stitch, pattern adjustments is different.
So is it more significant as like tailored?
Yeah, it's clean, no top stitch. Yes, I'm talking about. Okay. All right. So here I'm going to first copy this one so that I don't mess up this one. Create copy. Okay. Oh no, I think I'm going to do the undercolor. No, this is good. All right. So the first operation is you're going to create a row line. Slash line from high point shoulder. Draw a straight line like this. Okay. Right. And I'm going to create. I like to watch my demo here, and then I give you a little time to submit this because this is a little challenging project. Okay. All right. So from here, I'm going to create. I can use facing tool to copy here. Okay. And then I will keep this side. So I cut into 2 pieces. Okay. Then I'm going to use. Did I show you geometric? This little button. Okay. This one increases magnetic field basically. So if you turn this on and you select certain point, it will you see, it will grab the nearest point. It's easy to like attach like this, you see.
Where's the button to turn on?
The bottom, the geometry. Okay, so I turned it off. Okay, so I put it back like this. Okay, now what do I have to do? Okay, so I only need to move this one. Okay, keep this as a rotation point, and then open it 1 edge. Okay, so I will use modify piece action rotate, and then I will I'm not using perform alignment this time, just regular increment, none. Okay, and I will select, select this piece. Okay, and then select the rotation point here, exactly where end point of the row line. Okay, and then I'm going to rotate. So I will see, then you need to know how much, right? Okay, so what you need to do is, before you do this, okay, I will create little guideline. Okay, 1/8 guideline. So you create offset uneven. Make sure you add, and then 0 here, and then add 1/8. Just guideline like this, or you can just offset, create offset, and you can make just 1/8. Same thing, right? You just need this reference point here so that you know exactly you're spreading 1/8. Okay, so then I will put it back. Okay, then modify piece action rotate, and increment is none. Click that piece, right click, okay, and then follow the row line, and then hold it down your mouse, left button, all the way to the end point of the row line, and then change to cursor mode, and then you see you have the guideline here. So bring this point up to here. Okay, so carefully rotate like that. Okay, so now exactly like this, right? Open, and then the other end is overlapped. Okay, like that. See, this part is overlapped. Okay, so now what you need to do is you will trace this. Okay, create, trace, and then keep the row line like that. Okay. You found you lost? All right. So then the next step is, how can you, let me ask you this. So how can you slash and spread 1/8 along the row line on this color? Do you have any suggestions how to slash and spread along the row line? Okay, so no. Well, easy way is, well, you can trace this, right? And then trace that. Right? And then you will create like a 1/8 guideline, create offset, let's say it's 1/8. Okay. And then you will place it exactly here. So that will be 1/8 opening, right? And then while you're doing that, you're going to offset create offset uneven. Let's do even here because this one is 1/8, right? And this one is uneven. So offset uneven, 0 here. Okay. And this one is 1/8. Now here. 1/8. So it should be like this. Okay. So after you've done, okay, you're going to create also here. You see there's a gap here, right? So you want to make it straight line. Like that. Okay, so I fix that gap. Now I trace. Create trace. And center back. And then the line you offset. Oh, I think I lost it here. Wow. Create offset uneven. 0, 1/8. All right, now I have. Okay. So now I will trace again. And center back. And this one. And then the line I fixed. Okay. Now the rest is you just have to line action, combine. These two lines are split, so make sure you combine them. Okay, so that's that. Now let me compare with this, the first original one. Okay, so you can see the change. Do you see the change? Okay, so you see it's not really different, right? If you look at, you see the change. So so this is probably the most difficult one so far, but this will be the most difficult one. After that, we don't have any more difficult than this. I assure you. But you understand that you just have to use the tools you learned in the past in trying to, achieve the same results. Questions?
I don't know how to do it.
Yes, I will do it again. Let's do this together, all right? So, you have top color, right? Okay. So let's do easier way. So let's do slash and spread the first one. That'll be easier, right? In the middle. Okay. All right. So use that create facing. Okay, create facing. And you will separate them like that. Okay. So separate them. And because you need to add a guideline, okay, so the create offset even, make sure you select add, and then you will add 1/8 guideline, okay, and you will place that other parts like this. Okay. Then you will trace this. Okay, so create trace. Okay. Now center back, you can select either one of them. You don't need to select two of them. Okay, because it will automatically extend. So I will select one of the center back line, and then outer edge, and then I forgot. I need to create the line here. Sorry. Here, because there's a gap here, right? Gauge line. Make sure you draw a straight line like this to fix that. Okay, gauge line. Now I can trace. So I will create trace. So neckline, center back, collar edge, notch point, and the gauge line. click OK, and select the upper part of the row line as an internal line. Now you have this piece done. Okay.
Oh, that's not what I was.
Hmm?
That's not what I was asking.
What was that?
About the line that you drew when you put it in.
Oh, yes. Okay. Do you want to slash and spread? Okay. All right. So after this, did you trace? Okay. So after you're done, so this one we added to the row line, right? Okay. Next one, we would do this operation here. Okay. From high point shoulder, you draw the line and then spread 1/8. Okay. All right. So you know that you have a notch at high point shoulder. So draw the line from straight line. Okay. So 2 point. You can select either 2 point straight or the third one, perpendicular on line. Okay. Select that and select the high point shoulder and then draw line toward the edge of the collar. Okay. All right. Okay. So after you've drawn the line, you do again slash, you will split, right? Similar to this. Okay. Same thing we did. Now this time along this line. Okay. From high point shoulder, you drew the line. So you cut this and then make it 2 separate pieces by using create piece facing, again, facing, and select the slash line and then keep that one side and right click OK, and then go back to slash line and then move your cursor to the other side and then click to copy. Okay. So now you have right click OK, right click OK. Now you have 2 separate pieces. Okay. And once you have 2 separate pieces, okay, on the center side of the collar, okay, center side of the collar, you draw 1/8 guideline. Okay, same thing as you did row line. So go to create, and line action offset even. Okay, and select the slash line right here. Right click OK. Okay, and then you extend 1/8. Make sure you select add here. Okay, no replace, add. Okay. All right. So now once you had a guideline, bring this point, put together again. Okay, put these pieces together again. Okay. Then you're going to use modify piece actions, rotate. Piece actions, rotate, and make sure on the user input select none. Okay, select none. Uncheck perform alignment we used before. So make sure you check none. Okay. Then you will click the notch side. Okay, the bottom side of the collar. Left click and right click OK. Okay. Now zoom in and then follow the row line. Hold down your left button and slide all the way up to the slash line. And release. Okay. And right click OK. No, I need to. Yes, to change bunny click to cursor mode, and so you can rotate along the point, and then you see the guideline at the edge of the collar. So then you will spread 1/8. Okay. So then the rest is you just have to trace. That's it. Create, trace, center back, here, 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 here. And then you might want to keep the row line. Okay. And after you trace, make sure you combine these two lines by going to Modify, Line Action, Combine. Click, 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 combine. Okay. So that's the end of the operation. I see you done that. Not yet. You can't draw the line? Yeah, go to Create, 2-point perpendicular. Okay, and then here, like this, slide it to the notch point. And then you will just draw the line. There you go, you did. Okay. And use the facing, create facing.